People are addicted to controlled emotion changes. For example, if somebody upsets you and you feel sad, then that just feels bad. But if you're in a bad mood and you intentionally listen to a sad song and that makes you cry, that feels good. So, not all negative emotions are bad. They're only bad if you don't want to feel them. When people are browsing YouTube, they are browsing potential emotions to feel, vibes to experience. I want to feel this emotion / vibe, or this is relatable to me. And this could be like talking to a friend, excitement, interesting, or novelty. Even for education videos, I want to feel productive and focused. That's something that your viewer could potentially want as a feeling. And once you have found what emotions causes people to click on your videos, you need to be able to define what is the main driving force behind those emotions. For example, if you're making educational videos, the main emotion that your viewers want to feel could be feeling productive and feeling focused. So then you need to ask, what makes them feel focused and productive? And an answer to that could be when they are learning something that they haven't heard before. So my answer to that is going to be when my viewers are learning new information that is relevant to their situation, then they feel productive and focused. And whatever emotion they clicked on your video for, give it to them as soon as possible. The sooner you make them feel the emotion they clicked on your video for, the more certain they are going to feel that they clicked on the right video. And also, people are bored. Boredom is the absence of emotion, and we are conditioned to always feel something. People are always scrolling, they cannot stop watching screens, always trying to feel something. And people are uncomfortable with silence. So, being able to control what your viewers are feeling is immediately going to have them pay more attention. So the first step is that you need to be able to define what emotions causes retention in your niche, and then you need to be able to know when to deploy them. Here's how. Let's say that this video's main vibe is wholesome / happy. The whole video doesn't have to be happy, but there has to be a steady supply of happy / wholesome moments throughout the video. You can imagine that these are like little payoffs that your viewers are receiving throughout the video. They click on this video because they see this like wholesome and happy thumbnail. You give it to them as soon as possible when the video starts, and then there has to be a steady supply of wholesome and happy moments throughout your video. And the moments in between have to lead up to these wholesome and happy moments. However, abusing one emotion becomes stale after a while. In a horror movie, if there are no quiet, peaceful moments and there's just jump scare after jump scare, it stops being scary after a while. There has to be balance. And why do you think that most horror movies are happening inside of somebody's house? It's because of emotional contrast. Let's just assume that this is the highest high that you can experience. This is the most scared that you can be. And this is the lowest low that you can experience, or the most at peace. And if I bring you down over here where you feel most at peace, and for most people, that is your house. That's where you feel most at peace. So if I bring you down here, then when I make you scared and I bring it all the way up here, it's going to be a much more substantial emotional journey to go from the lowest low to the highest high. It's going to be much more interesting for the viewer. And for this to work, you need to be able to map out emotions. This is something that will eventually come way more naturally. It's hard work in the beginning, but slowly it will become easier. But why is all of this important? Because a change in emotional state is interesting. But why is it interesting? A change in emotion is kind of like a reset for your brain. Think about it. When you're eating some McDonald's, you'll go from eating the fries to the burger to the drink. Because if you were to just eat the same thing the whole time, it slowly gets more boring. And actually, that's part of the reason why it's so addictive. And for shorts, emotion control is especially important because they didn't choose the video they watch. They are there involuntarily. They are being controlled without them having any say in it. So your job is to bring them into your world as strongly as possible. And you're going to do this through music that matches the vibe, effective scripting, emotion maps, and speaking in an effective emotional way. When I say emotional, that doesn't mean like sad. It can be excited or serious. It just has to communicate that emotion well. Hope this was helpful. Subscribe.